So 1-1 between Arsenal and Man City, and you're thinking on the basis of play, fair result. However, I would beg to differ. If I were an Arsenal fan, I'd be absolutely fuming at Mikel Arteta and his decision to start a Devil's midfield, as someone called it on Never a Foul, 6-6-6 of 3 sixes in the middle of the pitch in Zubimendi, Rice, and also Merino. Played him against Liverpool, didn't work. Played him against Athletic Bilbao, didn't work. Bailed out by other players, obviously lost the Liverpool game. But still, you're playing against Man City at home at the Emirates, which I get. It's Man City still. They still got Haaland up front, Foden is still, Bernardo Silva, Doku, etc., etc. They had Savinho as well on the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So Rodri was back. Their defense hasn't really been the best lately. They can still be got at. But Man City ended up scoring first in the 9th minute from a great counter-attacking goal. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, so where's this intent of winning this match from Arsenal and Mikel Arteta when you're starting a very defensive midfield, which a lot of Arsenal fans have been annoyed at? And if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm absolutely fuming because I have Eze on the bench. I've got Saka on the bench, and I can understand Saka maybe not good for a whole game, a 45-minute spell. Maybe if he started for 45 minutes, maybe it would have been a better outcome, and then sub him off at halftime, shall we say. Nonetheless, when you're looking at this, Eze at least should have started, but no, I'm pretty sure he starts with Madueke on the right, which he did, and he starts with Trossard on the left. Why Trossard on the left when you could have played Eze? At least there's some creativity there. Calafiori could have overlapped. But that's me and my tactics trying to the way of the game. But for Pep, playing somewhat defensively, not really being out and open. The ball was never being their possession. It was all in Arsenal's possession. But even Arteta taking the subs off at halftime and bringing on Saka and Eze, taking off Madueke and Merino. I thought Madueke maybe a little bit harsh for him, but still, surely at least Trossard would have been taken off, and you could have also taken off Merino and brought someone on there, Wanyeri maybe. But this just goes to show the mentality is lacking at the moment. And we had a massive issue at the end of the last season on Arsenal's mentality. Do they have what it takes to go on and win these leagues? And the question mark is, does this prove anything otherwise at the moment until it's disproven? So I'd be fuming if I were an Arsenal fan. And celebrating at the end. Now, it's good that they ended up getting the equaliser, salvaged a point from that game instead of losing all 3. But why did it take 45 minutes for Arteta to realise, okay, hang on a second, I've made a mistake here? He should have, me personally, you're not going to play open, expensive football and just have someone run through you. Same with Man City. They're not going to play open when they know they can't and have someone run through them. But surely you've got to bring on the attacking players that are going to try and win you this game. But no, he doesn't start Eze, he doesn't start a Wanyeri, and he doesn't start a Saka. Again, understandable with his injury. They get the equaliser, Martinelli off the bench once again, and they're celebrating in the middle of a pitch, chest bumping, running around, all sorts of things. And they still had, 7 minutes left? There was 10 minutes of injury time. So for all these injury time wafflings, Liverpool only get injury time when they need to win games. You had plenty of injury time to go win your games, and you didn't. Got your equaliser. Not even then, he brings on a defender. He takes off... Who did he take off? He took off an attacker. I think he took off Zubimendi, and he brings on Mosquera for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Why bring on a defender, bro? Where's your intent to go and win this game? The ascendancy is in your favour. You have the ball in your court. The ball is in the opposition's half. Like, you have it. You can do what you want with it. But no, he decides, I'm going to go there and I'm going to defend. Starting Saliba as well instead of Mosquera. That one's questionable because you're thinking Mosquera's had a good 2-3 games. Surely he would keep on with his good form. But Saliba's back in and bang, straight into the lineup once again. Questionable, that one there. The defending for Haaland's goal. Don't know, Donnarumma have made some good saves too. Look, I don't know much about the game itself from what I've seen, the highlights only, and what I'm looking at online. It does look like a lot of people are annoyed with Mikel Arteta for starting that devil's midfield, as the dude on Never Fell called it. Maybe if he had more attacking intent, that first 45 minutes would not have been wasted. Maybe would have created more chances and actually maybe would have made something happen. But because they went a goal down, he's thinking, okay, I need to make some changes here. Probably should have started, in hindsight, with attackers from the get-go, but that is the game, unfortunately. The mentality is going to rage on here for Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal players. Is it the players themselves? I don't know, man. Playing against Man City is never a straightforward game, but you're playing at home and you have the squad depth and you have the attacking players there at your disposal. and he refused to play him from the start, tried to rectify it at halftime, got his reward 48 minutes after the fact, when arguably, if he started with the intent, maybe Man City would not have been as comfortable to just sit there and soak up pressure and defend and then hit on the counter-attack. Maybe they would have had something else to think about, the mentality, yeah? What Rashford do, that sort of thing there, the mentality aspect. So, yeah, that's that. Mentality is the word for the day, people.